How's it going, everybody? Well, the Bears still suck. The Green Bay Packers take down the Chicago Bears 28-21 in what was a very, very entertaining 211th meeting between these two historic franchises, a history that goes back over 100 years. The Green Bay Packers lead this overall record between them and the Bears, 109, 96, and 6. It is the first of two matchups between these two teams over the next couple weeks in pivotal time here late in the NFL season. These two teams battling for lead of the North. Now with the Packers winning yesterday, they now control the NFC North, and feels pretty good. Feels pretty good to beat the Bears. It always does. The Bears fans talked a lot of crap. Ben Johnson talked crap at the beginning of the season, saying how much he enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. And now Matt LaFleur is 1-0 when they are both head coaches. And Ben Johnson is 0-1 since he took his shirt off. Couple notes to go over quickly here before we get into the stats. Jayden Reed returned in this game. The great superstar wide receiver returns to the field for the first time since week 2 when he broke his collarbone against the Washington Commies on that Thursday night. Matthew Golden also returned. The Bears were without their number 1 wide receiver, Rome Odunze. And it was just a really, really good matchup. It really, really was. Of course, we'll get into it, but I really had a good time watching this game. It was really good. Matt LaFleur, I want to make this note as well. Matt LaFleur is now 12-1 against the Chicago Bears. And the Green Bay Packers, with this win, have completed the NFC Gauntlet 3-0. And they're now overall 4-0 in the division. A very big difference from the 1-5 that they were last year. And only a fingertip from being 0-6 in the division last year. They're now 4-0. So that is an incredible turnaround for the Green Bay Packers. Let's get right into it. Jordan Love, Toyotathon is in full swing. He went 17 of 25, 234 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. It was only his 4th interception of the year. Jordan said he just made a bad decision, and if you watch it, it clearly was just a really bad decision. And he was sacked just once. Josh Jacobs led the team in rushing yards. He had 20 attempts for 86 yards and a touchdown. The touchdown was late in the fourth quarter, about 3.5 minutes left to take the lead in what ended up being the game-winning touchdown. Let's see here. Jayden Reed, he had 2, what I like to call Reed sweeps. 2 of those for 22 yards. It was nice to see him doing that. I'm not a big fan of the jet sweep, but I guess when Jayden Reed does it and it works, I'm okay with it. Christian Watson, he led the team in receiving yards and touchdowns. Christian Watson, who at the beginning of this year, the last time the Packers played the Bears at home, he tore his ACL, and he came back with a vengeance. 4 receptions, 89 yards, 2 tutties. It was awesome to see him go out there and play as well as he did against the team that he was not really able to play against because he got hurt last year. So it was just an incredible thing to see the bounce back of Christian Watson. He's so awesome, so talented, so fast. That second touchdown he had in the third quarter, he just gets the ball and he was just gone. They said that he was running over 20 miles an hour. That's fast. So that was awesome. Bobo, he had 1 reception, 45 yards, and a touchdown. That was the touchdown late in the end of the first half with about 30 or 40 seconds left. It was just a bomb from Jordan. Perfectly placed ball. And big touchdown to end that half. Jayden Reed, he also had 4 receptions for 31 yards. Luke Musgrave, 2 receptions for 22 yards. Should have had 3, but they overturned it. It was a catch, and it wasn't a catch. So I guess we don't know what a catch anymore is. Let's just get right into the defense. Edgerrin Cooper, he led the team with 11 tackles. Evan Williams, he had 7 tackles and should have had a turnover, but that was called, in my opinion, the wrong way. He ripped the ball away and then had possession, completely rolled over, was down, and then lost the ball, and they said that it wasn't a turnover, but whatever. I think it should have been. Enigbari, he had the 1 sack on Caleb Williams, and Micah Parsons, didn't get a sack, but he had 2 QB hits and 7 pressures. The pass rush from the Packers to yesterday was great. It was good. Caleb Williams is just so elusive. It is so hard to get him down. And if this was any other quarterback, I think the Packers probably would have had 7 or 8 sacks. Seriously. The way they were able to get there, he's just so good. So good at being able to escape the pass rush. It really is impressive to see. I'll give Caleb Williams all the credit in the world. It really is impressive to see. He did a very good job making plays happen. It was really just impressive. And then Keyshawn Nixon, a complete arc in this game. He had the game-sealing interception on the 4th and 1 play, the last play the Bears had, right in the end zone. Caleb did underthrow the ball a little bit, and Nixon got right up there and picked it off, sealed the game, sealed the win for the Packers. He did not start the game off very well. He was allowing a lot of big plays. He had a couple penalties. One of the penalties was bullcrap, in my opinion. Apparently, if you get choked, the penalty's on you. Also, Micah Parsons is still getting held. I just saw a live cam in Green Bay, and Micah Parsons is still getting held. Apparently, we don't know what a holding call is. Matt LaFleur said that. He doesn't know what a holding call is anymore. I mean, you could call holding on any play, and I've talked about this. You could call holding penalty on any play in the NFL. But it would be nice just to get one when it's so egregious. It's so obvious. The man is getting choked out. He's getting he's like this and getting choked out. He's got 2-3 guys, arms all around him. Can we just get a holding call for Micah, please? I mean, it would just be nice. Just be nice to please let us just have one. So yeah, getting into the Bears' offensive stats. Caleb Williams, he was 19 of 35, or is that 14? It wasn't great. 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Of course, that interception being the game-sealing interception. And he was only sacked once. Like I said, he's very, very elusive in the pocket. Ran all over the place. That first touchdown he threw to Zacchaeus was just nuts. Sidearm, just escaping the pocket, sidearm, right through Nixon's hands. It was an impressive pass. I'll give him that. Swift, he had 13 attempts for 63 yards, and Monangai had 14 attempts for 57 yards. So the Green Bay Packers doing a very good job of containing that run game. I said in my predictions that if the Packers wanted to win, they had to contain the run game and force Caleb to throw the ball, which is exactly what they did. It was a big reason why they won. Burton, he led the Chicago Bears in receiving yards. He had 4 receptions for 67 yards. Loveland, he had 4 receptions, 29 yards, and 1 touchdown. And like I said, Zacchaeus, he had that receiving touchdown. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, he had the 1 lone interception of Jordan Love. And Sweat, he had the lone sack on Jordan. This loss for the Bears snaps a 5-game win streak, so that's sad to see. Getting into some team stats quickly. Time of possession, the Bears had the ball for 33 minutes and 29 seconds. The Packers had the ball 26 minutes and 31 seconds. The Bears had 21 first downs compared to the Packers' 17. The Bears were 8 of 16 on third down, and the Packers were a good 8 of 12. The Packers are still, I believe, one of the best teams on third down in the NFL. Fourth down, the Bears were 1 of 2 on fourth, and then the Packers didn't go for it at all on fourth. Red zone efficiency, the Bears were 2 of 4, and the Packers were 1 of 1. Penalties, the Bears had 4 penalties for 17 yards, and the Packers had 6 for 55 yards. Of course, you could argue some of those penalties, but I'm not going to sit here and do that. I'm looking ahead into this next week. The Green Bay Packers have yet another test as they now sit at 9-3-1, top of the NFC North and the second seed in the NFC. They will travel to Denver to take on the number 1 seeded AFC team, the Denver Broncos, who sit at 11-2. We'll get into that game in predictions on Wednesday. It should be a great matchup. I think that's the late afternoon game on CBS. The Chicago Bears, looking ahead for them, they had a bad Sunday. Of course, they lost to their arch rival, and they dropped from the 1st seed all the way down to the 7th seed. They're going to take this. They're going to take this L, and they're going to head back home to take on the Cleveland Browns, who sit at 3-10. So this is a pivotal week for the NFC North. The Green Bay Packers taking on a very tough team, and the Bears taking on a not so great team. So the Packers definitely need to win, because this could all turn right back around if the Packers lose to the Broncos and the Bears win in Cleveland. And then it would set up an even more pivotal game the week after that, Saturday night in Chicago. That's going to be a big game anyway, but it's all, from here on out, it's all, in my opinion, playoff football. Any loss is going to be a huge loss. And of course, we'll get into all that predictions in a couple days. Good win for the Packers. The NFC Gauntlet is done. 3-0. I think that's great. I thought that at the beginning of the NFC North Gauntlet, they won 2 out of the 3, that'd be great. And they won all 3. So, it's great to see. It's always great to beat the Bears. You celebrate it, and then you get ready for a tough matchup. And in Denver, and then get ready to play them again in a tough game in Chicago. So, like I said, good win for the Packers. Offense looked good, defense looked good, special teams was fine. Good win. So, we look forward to next week, and it's gonna get real fun. So, appreciate you watching. Thank you. As always, go Pack Go, and of course a special, the Bears still suck.